Thursday Q&A sessions with HG Sundar Gopal Prabhu. Please, any questions for Prabhu?
Live. Gone. You're on live now.
Yes.
Why the thing is all blocking? No, there's live 021. Won't show.
Doesn't show it. It's only for me.
Okay, start.
Yes.
Give this one to them. No?
No, this one, they have to hear me first. When they are speaking, I have to hear.
You don't have this one.
No, it's in here. Anybody, any questions for Prabhu? Done.
Hare Krishna, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Clear? Hello. Okay. You have a question?
Okay.
Come. Asim will not make noise.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Not bad, see? Very clear, you see?
Yes.
You
Prabhu.
can zoom in also to
Yeah,
see.
I know this is
Yes. Prabhu.
yes.
So long we didn't do this.
Can ask the question.
Why? Yes, Prabhu. The question is that Prabhu, why the Maya is so powerful that at any point of time it can bring us down. But how do we progress in the Krishna consciousness strongly? Even though we are advancing, we're trying to advance, pulling down. How to be fixed up and how we can continue.
5, 11, 17.
Retranslation. This uncontrolled mind is the greatest enemy of the living entity. If one neglects it or gives it a chance, it will grow more and more powerful and will become victorious. Although it is not factual, it is very strong. It covers the constitutional position of the soul. O king, please try to conquer this mind by the weapon of service to the lotus feet of the spiritual master and of the supreme personality of Godhead. Do this with great care.
So the solution is to do service to the spiritual master. Where's the verse? Can you get back to the verse? See that the feet of the spiritual master. So conquering this mind is by the weapon of service to the spiritual master and the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So when you have a disturbed mind, you have to think of your spiritual master and Krishna. You understand? So if you can do that, then the mind can be controlled. See, but how it happens is usually the mind drifts away to sense objects. That's the main thing because the eyes is interacting with many things and like that. And the mind is following the senses because the mind is the chief of the senses. In the Bhagavad Gita is also mentioned if any one of the senses is attracted, correct? Then the mind will be, I think it's 270, what can see in 2 Bhagavad Gita, one of those senses attract the mind will be swept like the boat, 270, 272 or 269, what is that? You got it? Look at my thing is running out of batteries. Got it? Even one of the senses are not focused.
267. इन्द्रियाणां हि चरतां यन्मनोनुविधीयते तत् अस्य हरति प्रज्ञां वायुर्नावम् इवाम्भसि. As a strong wind sweeps away a boat on the water, even one of the roaming senses on which the mind focuses can carry away a man's intelligence.
Is that? So if the mind is swept away, then in 10:14, you can see in 11:14, 11:14.
This one.
'27
Number 14, 27.
and 28. 27, you see here,
The mind of one meditating upon the objects of sense gratification is certainly entangled in such objects. But if one constantly remembers me, then the mind is absorbed in me.
but how to remember Krishna? That means we have to chant. Correct? You see next verse.
Therefore, one should reject all material processes of elevation, which are like the mental creations of a dream, and should completely absorb one's mind in me. By constantly thinking of me, one becomes purified.
That this is the process. That's why Krishna also said in the Bhagavad Gita, no, man mana bhava mad bhakta mad yaji man namaskuru. Correct? So this is a solution. If you want to capture your mind and control your mind, the only way is to bring it to through spiritual master and then Krishna. So if you are going and you're having all these problems, then you have to remember this. And the best way is to hear the holy name, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And immediately your whole consciousness will be purified by the help of Krishna. That's why Krishna says in 7:14 Bhagavad Gita, no? Right? Devi Esu Gunamai, Mama Maya Turatyai, Mam Eva Prapadyante, Maya Metan. So this is the whole idea. That's why Prabhupada said International Society for Krishna consciousness. So if you let your mind rove, then you will fall down. You will 565.
565.
The uncontrolled mind Wait, what? 5, 6, 5. Why you are going so fast?
The mind is the root cause of lust, anger, pride, greed, lamentation, illusion, and fear. Combined, these constitute bondage to fruitive activity. What learned man would put faith in the mind?
You can go to 2, 5, 6, 2.
Srila Shukadev Goswami replied, "My dear king, you have spoken correctly. However, after capturing animals, a cunning hunter does not put faith in them, for they might run away. Similarly, those who are advanced in spiritual life do not put faith in the mind. Indeed, they always remain vigilant and watch the mind's action."
You understand? Cannot say I'm chanting. No, okay, all right. Should always be careful. The mind can always trick us. You understand? That's why I say until you capture the mind, there's a verse in 6, Bhagavad Gita, chapter 6, text 17, 17 or 15. For one who has captured them and then the super soul is reached. Huh? 15, 16. 16 is about how to control the mind. Say, can you see there in your thing? For one who has captured the mind, super soul is reached. What is it? 14. Huh? What is that? 6.7. No, you go to control, 4, F4. You go to, you go to 6, 7, and then you press the F key here. F, there, F. And press the F4. Yeah. Okay.
For one who has conquered the mind, the supersoul is already reached, for he has attained tranquility. To such a man, happiness and distress, heat and cold, honor and dishonor are all the same.
So, in other words, if you get the whole of the super soul, then you control your mind both ways. You understand? The whole idea is to bring the mind to the Lord. You cannot try to control your mind without the help of the Lord. It's not possible. You understand? So the Lord can be reached through your mind. Your Lord can be reached through the mind. You understand what happened? Why is so faint? You understand this point? Among things that are difficult to control, I'm the mind. The same time, 6:16:24. Although the mind can it can create so much mess for you, uncontrolled mind is your worst enemy. Yes, Bhagavad Gita again. Same time, this same mind which is going to be very inimical, it can also be purified to give you salvation. No. See, it says here, iron has the power to burn when made red hot in the association of fire. So the body, senses, linked for mind and intelligence, although merely lumps of matter, can function in their activities when infused with the particle of consciousness by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. As iron cannot burn you unless heated by fire, the bodily senses cannot act unless favored by the Supreme Brahman. So you see the point here. So this is how you control your mind. You understand? If you want to capture the mind, then you must bring the Lord into your heart. How are you going to do that? It's not an easy thing to. Maybe you are doing it already. I don't know, but you know, you understand? By chanting, this thing will happen. It's not going to be today or tomorrow, but gradually. So the whole idea of this is to capture your mind. Understand? If you capture your mind, then there's no question of trouble. So it's very important to practice this chanting, because by chanting you can purify your consciousness. Until 2012. See, this is how it works. So that's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has introduced this chanting of Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Let there be all victory for the chanting of the holy name of Lord Krishna, which can cleanse the mind, mirror of the heart, and stop the miseries of the blazing fire of material existence. Okay? The chanting is so powerful. You understand? So what happens? The chanting is the waxing moon that spreads the white lotus of good fortune for all living entities. It is the life and soul of all education. Right? Huh? The chanting of holy name of Krishna expands the blissful cooling effect to everyone and enables one to taste full nectar at every step. Yeah? They're not taking darshan, no darshan.
Closed. Not dressing.
Huh?
Not dressing. I'm dressing this.
Or you open and close?
No, you already started night dressing.
Oh, really? So you see how important the whole process, this secret of trying to get to understand, takes many millions of births. You follow? That's why to know this science is the whole India, millions and millions of people, but nobody knows this. Correct? Until you come to a pure devotee, the secret is not revealed. Cannot be revealed. That is the secret. And to get into the contact of a pure devotee, you need a lot of, piety, tapasya. Without that, you cannot get this. And that's not one lifetime. Huh? You're talking about what? Millions and millions of years of lifetime. Bahunam Janmanam Ante. You understand? It is not a cheap program. Who gets this knowledge? Who can come forward? Who can get it? As only pious souls can do this. You understand? That means if you have got it, that means you can understand how much you have done to climb. And if you don't go forward, you're considered the worst fool. You understand? You got Krishna and you don't want to advance, and you're a killer of your own soul. Yeah? That sloka, Nirdeham, Nirdeham, favorable wind is the Lord, Guru is the captain, Karnadaram, Guru, Nirdeham, Guru Karnadaram. You know where's that word? Hello? You don't know. Huh? 11:20. 11/20/17. See, there's favorable wind. Guru is the captain. The favorable wind are the Shastra. The captain is the right. All can you read?
नृदेहमाद्यं सुलभं सुदुर्लभं प्लवं सुकल्पं गुरुकर्णधारं मयानुकूल्येन कूलेन नभस्वतेरितं पुमान् भवाद्धिं न तरे च आत्मः. The human body, which can award all benefit in life, is automatically obtained by the laws of nature, although it is a very rare achievement. This human body can be compared to a perfectly constructed boat, having the spiritual master as the captain and the instructions of the personality of Godhead as favorable winds impelling it on its course. Considering all these advantages, a human being who does not utilize his human life to cross the ocean of material existence must be considered the killer of his own soul.
So try to understand. You following? So the whole thing is controlling the mind. Give him the you must turn the camera towards him.
No, not. Last time you were
Once
showing.
again, let him turn to the.
Yeah.
We have the technology.
There you can preview, basically.
All right, I got you now.
There you can preview.
How come?
The other one, preview.
All right, zoom in. Yeah, now you got to zoom into him.
No. About no worries. Hare Krishna. So last time we were seeing one verse that you were showing from 10th canto, 87th chapter, exactly opposite to this point. Like now we have a favorable boat, and then we have a spiritual master who is captain of that boat. If someone don't use, he is misfortune. He's having a misfortunate situation. So you are showing one more point that 1087:33, 1087:33, opposite of this side also showing.
If he doesn't take, then he's
Yeah.
going to meet with what miseries.
Miseries, so many struggles in his life he will
Yeah.
face.
So the miseries, if
Yeah.
you don't have a guru, you will have.
You don't have
In
boatman.
your unfortunate practice, you will only encounter many problems,
Obstacles. Yeah.
many distress in your uncontrolled practice.
So this many people will have the misconception of, okay, I can do spiritual life without spiritual master. But again, these points will say, even if you have all the process in front of you, there is no chance without spiritual master we can make it.
You cannot make yourself successful without the help of a spiritual master. Prabhupada quote that verse many times from the. In that verse, look, can you go to 1087:33? Sa eva guru abhigachat. You must, 33.
I'll read.
What's going on?
What's the precept?
You can enable that group tracking. All that. Yeah. The mind is like an impetuous horse that even person.
No, go down. Go down. Go to the purport. Go to the purport down. Okay, see
Yeah.
here. Tad Vijnanartam
Sagurumeva Vigachet.
Samidpani Shrotriyam Brahmanistam. To understand things properly, one must approach with firewood in hand a spiritual master who is learned in the Vedas and firmly devoted to the absolute. So there's no question of trying to become perfect without the help of a,
Spiritual.
because your mind will overwhelm. It will drive you insane. You follow? That's why Krishna says also Bhagavad Gita. What is that?
634 is it?
434.
430.
Right? Tad vidhi parnipatena
Paripresh.
pariprasnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam jnanena tad. So if you want to learn the science, you must go Tat vidhi. This vidhi means knowledge. Yeah? Pranipatena. First thing you have to do is surrender. You cannot just learn this without surrendering. That's not possible because your false ego will become very overwhelming. You understand? Correct? Then, after surrendering, then you must inquire submissively, not you challenge. Correct?
Yes.
And after inquiring submissively, you must do service. Not that, okay, I know, I'll go home. It doesn't work. Because if you don't do service, then you cannot realize, it's not possible. You understand? Service doesn't mean, Hare Krishna Prabhu,
Ah.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, okay, go. Understand? 11:3:29.
One who desires his ultimate self-interest should cultivate friendship with those persons who have accepted Krishna as the Lord of their life. One should further develop an attitude of service toward all living beings. One should especially try to help those in the human form of life, and among them, especially those who accept the principles of religious behavior. Among religious persons, one should especially render service to the pure devotees of the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
Purport down. Read this purport.
According to Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakura, the highest duty of devotees of the Supreme Lord is to establish friendship with those who have completely surrendered to Krishna and who have thus achieved Sharanagati, shelter at the Lord's lotus feet. One should render service to both the Lord and his devotees, since the Lord is more pleased by sincere service rendered to his pure devotees. One should not only officially offer respect to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, his devotees and his worshipful paraphernalia, but should actually render service to the representatives of the Lord, who are known as Mahabhagavatas, not Dandavat devotee.
Just come here, don't even see the devotee to go bow down, you go eat. You understand? The whole idea is to respect the devotee.
Yes.
11:3:26. Huh? Purport. Archita. Govinda.
You can do page down.
No, next. Yeah. Architva to Govindam. Tadiyam. Tadiyam means what? The servant.
His servants. Yeah.
Narchayet na means no.
Narchet.
Narchayet means you don't worship them.
If you don't worship.
Tu yaha nasa bhagavato gyayam kevalam
Dambakai.
dambikaha. His whole behavior is
Duplicitous.
duplicitous. Read that.
One who performs worship of Lord Govinda but fails to worship his devotees should be understood to be not a devotee of the Lord, but simply a victim of false pride.
Dambikaha.
Dambika. Yeah.
But Bhaktivinoda Thakur means duplicitous.
Yeah.
And
In-
one of the things is the weeds that grow is
Yeah.
duplicity.
In
Huh? Kutinati.
Kutinit.
Understand? So
Even-
you see how everything goes. Cannot do devotional service your way. It doesn't work. Everything is, that's why the process, you have to learn the process by going and associating with the devotees who are taught by the spiritual master. You don't have the training, you cannot make, this is a problem, I think the worldwide, because all of them understand from the group they must chant and they must come 16 round and they think they can do it at home, staying there. But that's a big problem. They don't know the process. They etiquette the system. You understand? For that, you must have association. Yeah? How you learn? Cannot learn this. Not possible. So you have to go associate with the gurus. You understand? You follow?
Yes, Prabhu. So without spiritual master cannot be.
I don't know. Maybe you can try.
No,
Right? Indian, no? IIT graduate.
no.
What?
The point I'm trying to raise is this is the problem in the society. They don't want Guru, but they want Krishna.
Another big problem is that they say, yeah, Prabhupada, and Prabhupada is my guru. Yeah, we don't doubt that. But you also need some Shiksha guidance.
Yeah.
Right? And you have to respect the Shiksha person also as good as Prabhupada.
Yes. Yes.
Not that you simply ignore, no, he's not my guru, no, I can do whatever I like. It cannot work. You understand?
Yes.
So this is etiquette. Somebody is teaching you how to go to Prabhupada and you ignore. Huh? How you will learn? Enviousness. So try to understand, like this class, not beneficial.
Beneficial.
Huh? Although the points we know, but discussing it again and again, it gives us more what?
In both ways, Prabhu. We don't know also many points.
Huh?
We don't know also many points. It's not that we know.
That's why you have to go to the realized,
Yeah.
soul. Krishna never said just go to anybody, go to the one. And how you become realized? Simply eating and sleeping. Can.
No.
See, now you go to work, right? You went outside. You associate with so many things. And when you came back, your consciousness was so fired up, pure. How much contaminated? You're feeling
Both.
like you're carrying a big stone on your head. No?
Both, Prabhu. Physically, mentally, both.
Yeah, because the mood is so powerful. Krishna said, Devi is a gunamai.
Mama Maya.
You don't mess around. You understand? So we have to understand this, and that we are seeing practical experience. Yes, you're disgusted, you're fried. You were going very nicely. You came back with so much burden and disturbance. Is it not? Correct? This is practical. You follow? So therefore, this requires purification. And the only way you can get purified is bring back Krishna in the. There's no two way about that. Even you're innocently going, also so many things are coming. Yeah? Yes or not? There's one verse about that. 11:23. Was that? 11:23. Sorry, 11:26, no? Not 23, 11:26. 1920. 11/26, 1920.
One can never decide whose property the body actually is. Does it belong to one's parents who have given birth to it, to one's wife who gives it pleasure, or to one's employer who orders the body around? Is it the property of the funeral fire or of the dogs and vultures who may ultimately devour it? Is it the property of the indwelling soul who partakes in its happiness and distress, or does the body belong to intimate friends who encourage and help it? Although a man never definitely ascertains the proprietor of the body, he becomes most attached to it. The material body is a polluted material form heading toward a lowly destination. Yet when a man stares at the face of a woman, he thinks, "What a good looking lady! What a charming nose she's got!" and see her beautiful smile.
Love. Yeah. See, Maya is extremely powerful, especially women body. When you go out, that's what you look at anyway. Or you looking at the cars or horses. Come on. You understand? So it's very difficult. Hmm? Any other questions? Can't see the face now. Cut.
Krishna Prabhu. So regarding the same thing, actually, in the Lord Chaitanya and his teachings book, I saw like one sannyasi was having some lusty ideas. So then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu got angry. Then he committed suicide. So, I mean, even though he asked for forgiveness, I think he did not get the forgiveness from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he committed suicide. So generally, like we hear that Lord will be merciful when we ask for forgiveness, right? So, but I think he did not get the forgiveness, but and he committed suicide. So, how do we? Junior Haridas. Okay, yeah. How do we understand it? Like mercy of
Krishna sometimes does that, or Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, to teach others a lesson. It's not to take it easy, do whatever you like and I'll forgive you. And especially if you're a sannyasi, then you have to be very careful. Understand? Or someone who wants to cross this ocean, associating women is drinking poison. That's a worse, Huh? CC. Niskinchanasya. Can read?
Yeah.
Read loudly. Yes.
Okay. Greatly lamenting, the Lord then informed Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya allows for a person who is seriously desiring to cross the material ocean and engage in the transcendental ocean and engage in transcendental loving service of the Lord without material motives. Seeing a materialist engaged in sense gratification or seeing a woman who is similarly interested is more abominable than drinking poison willingly.
Understand? So the Lord, of course, is also very forgiving, but someone who is,
Yes.
taken the renounce order of the ashram, then if we go and do that, then not very, it's not acceptable.
Yeah.
He's very soft as a rose and he's strong as a thunderbolt. Understand? So he came to teach lessons, just like Yudhishthira was there, Duryodhana was there. This is all his pastimes. Of course, they all went back to Godhead. Not that he committed suicide and he's gone to become a dog or something. And the Lord, he knows how to help his devotees. You understand?
So he'll be delivered finally. Right?
Of course, all of them are devotees coming to help him in his pastimes. So some have to play this role, right?
Yeah.
You follow?
Yes.
If you've been with the Lord, how can there be any loss? Correct?
Yes.
The Lord is engaging every soul. Unless He comes to teach, how we going to learn? Otherwise, we'll think like, yeah, I'll take sannyas tomorrow and I'll do anything I like. Huh? It's happening nowadays. Practically. Babas are keeping so many. Huh? How? And everybody think this is all right. Natural desires. Huh? You understand?
Yes.
So therefore, what to do, what not to do, all these things have to be explained. Because people can be easily be fooled, Yes?
Yes.
Chota Haridas
Yeah.
cannot do this. Actually, it was a very minor mistake. Just looked on me, nothing he did. Just looking. Finish. After that, no devotees even dream of any woman in them. It's explained. Not even one could even dream in why? Because seriousness. So everyone make progress. You understand? The Lord is very expert. He knows how to. Correct? Yes. Any other question? Yeah? He has a question.
So Prabhu, my question is it's very basic. Generally, there are people who come to the temple and they say that they have many problems, and they have a bunch of issues that they share with us. But then, what actually is a solution to every one of their problems? And first of all, why do they even go through such problems? And how can they find solace and peace?
When you got your mind, you got problems. Mind is facing what? Full of miseries. Manaha sastrendhyani akirtistana karshati. So this mind, tapatriya, tapatriya. That means it's giving, because of the three modes, you get the three things. Adi Atmic, Adi Bhautik, Adi Devik. All three problems are always there, inflicted on the soul. You follow? So unless there's problems, there's no question of a soul trying to go to the Lord. Yeah? Yes? Someone is distressed, someone who needs some wealth, and someone who is inquisitive, and someone who is wise. Four kinds of people who go to God. Predominantly, the first thing is the distress. Anyone who's got this distress situation, then they want to come to the temple. Otherwise, they will go to the nightclub. Why they want to come here? Right? Is it not? Hmm? So they have to understand this. And the Lord is not a fool. He has cleverly designed his material world to give problems. Dukhalayam, this is not Sukhalayam, this is. So in Dukhalayam you want to find Sukham, how does it work? Can. So only those who are what in distress, they will come and talk to the devotees and find out how to solve this problem. Huh? But if there's no distress, then why you want to go? That's why even among the Indians, you go into the temple, why you have a problem? They ask, they say, why you going to the, you have a problem? You understand? That is the consequence. So try to understand this is part and parcel of being in the material world. And even if you are a devotee, doesn't mean that you have no problem. Only thing is that you have to learn how to tolerate. Because you will not be shaken because you have Krishna. Advantage. Unless you catch hold of Krishna's lotus feet, these problems will not disappear. This is part and parcel of the material. Whole is designed like that.
But
Yes.
so what if they say, I mean,
What?
is Krishna the only solution? I mean, they'll say, why you all always say about Krishna? Why not anything else?
I didn't understand.
Some people say, why is Krishna the solution? Why is it not anything else? You Hare Krishna people, you'll always say Krishna is the solution. Why? Why do you always say that?
I cannot hear what you say. You can tell me.
So he's saying why Krishna is only the solution. See, when we say you must surrender to Krishna, you need to chant Gaudiya Mantra, always these people say, why you guys always talk about Krishna only? There is no other solution. Why you get
Go and find out. We give you the option. You're saying, right? So you go. If you can find a solution, come and tell me. But you cannot. Understand? Anything outside of Krishna consciousness is just an illusion. You understand? There's no other solution than Krishna. You follow? You cannot say there's another solution. Because Krishna is the Supreme Personality of God. And if you want to come out of this place, then you must only surrender to Him. Is there a second person other than Krishna? No. Even Lord Shiva said, if you want to solve your problem, go to only Krishna. Brahma also said, if you want to come out of your mess, go to Krishna. These are principal demigods. So you're only a fool, who will think like that. You can try to go to the demigods, we didn't say no, but they're only antavad, temporary. And how they're temporary? By giving you material benefits. But how long it will last? Understand? It's not a permanent solution. In fact, the demigods themselves are surrendering to him when they have a problem. What is to do you and me? Huh? You understand?
So then, okay, I understand that we have to go to Krishna. Then how do we take shelter of Krishna?
Where is this camera going? How do you what?
How do you take shelter of Krishna and solve your problem?
How do you take shelter of Krishna? Then you have to go to his devotees. That's the only way. Krishna said, if you want to come to me, first you go and learn from a realized soul. You cannot become realized by simply sitting in your bedroom, no? Can. Prabhu, I will sit in my bedroom and chant. Can. First of all, you don't know what to do. To learn the process, you have to go to a spiritual master. That 11:22:10, no? Correct? The living entity has been in this situation since millions and millions of years. No, nobody knows how long he's been in Maya. Correct? So in order to free himself, he must go to another person. Yeah.
Because a person who has been covered by ignorance since time immemorial is not capable of effecting his own self-realization, there must be some other personality who is in factual knowledge, who's in factual knowledge of the absolute truth and can impart this knowledge to him.
So you must go to a person who knows Krishna. You cannot free yourself by your own method. It's not possible. It is not. It is not possible.
So then, Prabhu?
That's why Krishna has given 21 to 2. Madhya.
21 to 2.
Deliver the soul is given the spiritual master and is given the scriptural knowledge.
The conditioned soul cannot revive his Krishna consciousness by his own effort, but out of causeless mercy, Lord Krishna compiled the Vedic literature and its supplements, the Puranas. Maya
Jivere Kripaya Kaila Krishna Veda Purana. For the deliverance of the living entity, he has given the Veda and the Purana. But you cannot understand this Veda and Purana on your own self. You have to go to a yes. This whole thing is designed like that, You cannot change it, You cannot modify. It doesn't work. Mahajana ena sagata. You must follow Mahajana. Otherwise, you can try. Buy the book, sit down at home and figure it out. You can, you must be Satya-based avatar or something. Empowered then. Correct? You understand? It's not possible. Unless you are Yashe Deve Parabhakti, Yata Deve, Yata Tasye Gatita Aiharta Prakashante Mahatma. So unless you have implicit faith in Guru and Krishna, then all these things are automatically revealed to you. This is a revelation, It's not some study in the book. Go to university or school and buy the book and read day and night, drink a lot of coffee. And what? You think can? You all did that one in your school days, is it not? They say burn the midnight candle. Correct? Put the candle on and reading, and then in the morning you forget everything. I mean, look, it's just a waste of time, the whole night. You cannot do that. Not possible. Yes? That's why the two words are there, Jnanam and Vijnanam. It is not just Jnanam, And this Jnanam must be realized with devotional service. I quoted the verse 2:9:31. It's a science, Prabhu. It is not. See, now I'm just explaining you the method, what happens. There's a corresponding verses to justify that, is it not? You want to read, yeah, you can read what? How you will know all these verses connecting? Possible. You have to hear, is it not? See? Okay.
Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Jnanam Paramaguhyam Me Yat Vijnana Samanvitam Sar
Jnanam Paramam Guhyam. The knowledge about me is supreme secret. Krishna also said in the Bhagavad Gita. Where is saying the Gita? Raja Vidya, Raja Guhyam. This is topmost secret. Same thing is saying. Understand? Yat Vijnanam Samanvitam. It has this realization. You can realize this thing This is very top thing, you know. By this why is used the word Saha Rahasya. This is secret. Secret you want, you just get anywhere. Possible. And tat angam cha grahanam gaditam maya. It can only be realized by devotional. Read the text.
The personality of Godhead said, knowledge about me, as described in the scriptures, is very confidential, and it has to be realized in conjunction with devotional service. The necessary paraphernalia for that process is being explained by me. You may take it up carefully.
Hello. Come on. Try to understand, you know. Yes. It's not something that, that's why when this has to be discussed, this has to be what? Machita matkata prana bodhayantas paraspara dusyanti ramanti cha. Huh? So you see how relevant this is. Correct. So you see how Krishna is explaining this to Lord Brahma. So you think this is a cheap program. Millions and millions of lifetime before you come to this. Why it takes millions of lifetime to come to this understanding? Why? No, because you think that Krishna is an ordinary person. That is the reason. The reason that you think what? Krishna is what? Avajante mam mudda manusyatana. Although the story is not today only, no, you must have heard millions and millions. Why you didn't surrender? Why? Because you think that the ordinary person, Krishna is the what? Huh? Black guy, you know. Krishna is what? A black guy. Correct? You understand? Someone wrote Krishna is an aborigine. Is it? So to have that faith, to develop that faith that Krishna is all in all, requires a lot of association with pure devotee. Just like Narada said, no, when I took the remnant, my heart became like that. Huh? Narayana Paran. What is that verse? Kata. Once, 1, 2, 16. Susrusayo. Susrusayo. What is that? Kata Ved. Can you go there? 1, 2, 7, 15, 16. Vasudeve Kata Ruchi. That's the see? Vasudeve Kata Ruchi. To come to this, you must do big tapasya. Correct?
O twice born sages, by serving those devotees who are completely freed from all vice, great service is done. By such service, one gains affinity for hearing the messages of Vasudeva.
So to get this understanding, you must do service to the devotees. Yes? So without devotee linking, this is not going to work. No. And then after you get that, again, you have to be humble because you try to offend the devotees and then everything will disappear again. Yeah? See? That's why for the devotee, the worst thing is the mad elephant offense. What is the mad elephant offense? 19156. So please try to understand there's so many things implicated, you know, until you reach the destination. Correct?
If the devotee commits an offense at the feet of a Vaishnava while cultivating the creeper of devotional service in the material world, his offense is compared to a mad elephant that uproots the creeper and breaks it. In this way, the leaves of the creeper are dried up.
In this way, the leaves are dried up. Especially you go to the last paragraph. Committing offense to the spiritual master is spiritual suicide. Spiritual? No, the last
Yeah,
paragraph.
this is the last paragraph.
No, just,
Last few lines.
yeah.
Okay.
An offense against the spiritual master by disobeying his instructions. Devotee must
The devotee must therefore be very careful not to commit offenses against his spiritual master by disobeying his instructions. As soon as one is deviated from the instructions of the spiritual master, the uprooting of the bhaktilata begins, and gradually all the leaves dry up.
eh? You understand? Then your consciousness get bewildered, no? You understand or not? Krishna can create so many doubts, He can what? Give you intelligence, remembrance, and also that is his power. So try to understand how Krishna functions. Yes? Any other questions?
Prabhu, recently that
You
Tatya
got
Prabhu
to
made
zoom
one.
to him.
Yeah.
Prabhu, recently Tatya Prabhu made one video that like all the Goswamis is not belongs to this like Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. Then they belongs to what category, Prabhu? Like he said that in the video, he said that is higher than the Brahmana. Then
Vaishnava is higher than the Brahmanas. Brahmana is in the mode of goodness.
like he said belongs to the Babaji that, but Krishna said only he created that four only, right? Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, and Shudra.
That's why Vaishnavas are transcendental. There is three modes of material nature, and there's one, what? Suddha Sattva.
Shuddha Sattva. Yeah.
That is higher. And
Transcendental
Vaishnavas are higher. That's why Vaishnava are not Brahmin, not, that's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Naham, Vitro, I'm not all this. What am I? Gopin, Bharta Pada Kamala, Dash. That's why the Vaishnavas are different. They're not considered as, they're already Brahmins. It's not that they have to become Brahmin. That's why that verse, 3:33:7. Aho Bhata. Swabgariyan. And they're better. Even if he comes from a dog-eater family, if he chants, then he's considered topmost.
How glorious are they whose tongues are chanting your holy name, even if born in the families of dog eaters. Such persons are worshipable. Persons who chant the holy name of your lordship must have executed all kinds of austerities and fire sacrifice and achieved all the good manners of the Aryans. To be chanting the holy name of your lordship, they must have bathed at holy place of pilgrimage, studied the Vedas, and fulfilled everything required.
Isn't it? Those who are devotees, that's why when they ask, Chaitanya asked, who is this Vaishnava? Anyone who chant even once Hare Krishna is considered Vaishnava. You see this exalted position. That's why devotees, they're different class, They're not like any ordinary people. Of course, they think themselves most ordinary. That's how the conscience must be. You cannot say, yeah, I'm Vaishnava, like the Brahmin. Hey, you, what caste you? Shudra. Vaishnavas don't behave like that. Understand? They think themselves lower. Karnada pi sunichena. Taro api, they're lower than the straw in the street. That's how That's the peculiarity of this Krishna Kanji. When you practice Krishna Kanji, your mind thinks like that, goes automatically in that direction. You follow? If you practice Krishna Kanji, you never think you become proud. No, of course, there will be initially stage as a neophyte. You always think that you are walking with 10 heads, you know. But as you progress, you will understand I am the lowest of the low. You understand? That's purification of the mind. Third class things like that. Second class, first class, they don't think. You follow? That's why this process is so powerful. Teto Darpana Marjanam. You go, you get all the good qualities of the demigod. You follow? So this is a different program altogether. That's why Krishna told Arjuna, by all means become a devotee, Arjuna. A devotee is better than a yogi, better than the karmi, better than the jnani. Yes? And then he qualify how to become anyone who is keeping Krishna in the heart and thinking of him is topmost. You follow? So this whole program is, in fact, you know, I've given a class. The Vaishnavas, they got 48 or how many? 28 qualities. The Brahmana can get the most is 12 qualities. Why? Yeah. So that's why your position as devotee is very, very high, exalted. Yeah. And it's a fact. We can't, we don't want to associate with all these other people. We feel out of place. Why are we feeling out of place? Because their habit and our habit don't mix. They're talking something also, you don't flow with us. Right? Correct? So this is how you understand. Because you got the highest knowledge. And that guy, you cannot get this knowledge unless you surrender. And you see in such a way that even you tell him also, he won't accept. Because if you don't surrender, you cannot realize these things. Correct? Yes or not?
Yes.
And look at your consciousness. The day one you came and now. How was your thinking then and how's your thinking now? No change. Huh? In fact, you will be thinking, well, how could I think like that before? Must be crazy. Is it not? That's progress. Right? Any other questions?
Prabhu, last time I have asked one question regarding the 21 generations getting liberated. But recently, when I'm discussing with one Mataji, I came to know that somewhere it's mentioned as 100 generations also getting liberated. If in a family, a Vaishnava is born, up to 100 generations get liberated. And in another place in Second Chance Prabhu, it's mentioned as 12 generations ancestors and 12 generations yet to be born will get liberated. So three different answers I got. I mean, how to understand this?
Where is 100 generation quotation?
100 generations is mentioned
Where
in
is it mentioned?
its teachings of Lord Chaitanya Prabhu.
Teachings of Lord Chaitanya Prabhupada translated it, no?
It's from Hari Bhakti Subodaya.
So the point is this, they all are going to be liberated. You understand?
That is
So
true.
why make a big thing? Must be 21, must be 100, must be 15, 17.
Yeah.
The whole idea is that they're going to get just to encourage you to take up the process. You understand? That's the main thing.
Mm.
So we have to understand this. It doesn't matter if it is 21 or 100 or millions. But if you chant, that's the main thing. If you chant, then the benefit goes. But if you don't chant, Yes. So I think that's the most relevant thing to think about, to become a devotee. And I cannot think that because I'm chanting, they're going home. I think because they chanted, I'm trying to get some mercy. This is the other way around.
So,
You follow?
when the next generations are also gonna be liberated, even if they are not practicing, also they will get that
You
fire.
see, when they say you're going to get liberated, doesn't mean you're going to get liberated next time, next this birth. How when Krishna going to give? That's his prerogative. Whether he do it immediately or he did 10 million, we cannot say. But he is going to get liberated. But when? I cannot put a condition on that. No, that's Krishna. You understand? Like you take the example of Prahlad Maharaj, huh? Right? Or you take Bharat Maharaj, son of God. No, hello. He had to take 3 births. Yeah. No, I'm son of God. I must go back this life. How? You can see the example. You understand? So liberation is there, but when? I don't know. Or they may go into Brahman. That's also liberation. They may come down again and go back. You follow? But liberation is there. That is a fact. But the question is when? Yeah? You understand? Because we try to say that he will go back this life. That's all we say to encourage. But that's in Krishna's hands. A classic example, Bharat Maharaj. His father is who? Rishabdev, God. Huh? I mean, if you are son of God, you must go back immediately, correct? Right? So this is a very, I would say, depends on the soul justice of the Lord. At least they will get a chance to become a devotee. That's another thing. Without the blessings of a devotee is difficult, you know. And you see how the Lord is so kind. Because you are a devotee, He wants to help all your family members. How kind He is, you know. Like Hiranyakasipu, I mean, look, what kind of demon he is. Huh? Go back. Putana. Huh? How he sends her back. I mean, this is all the Lord's kindness. Because he knows, you know, how much the living entity is suffering. And he doesn't want us to suffer. Like a father, no, he wants to take you back. So if there's any way, chance to help you, you will do. And that's his position. Supreme compassion. Karuna, Sindhu. We chant. What is that?
Hey Krishna Karuna
Hey
Sindhu
Krishna, Karuna,
Sindhu.
Understand? All he wants you to love him. That's all. He doesn't care anything else. Whether you give him or don't give him, or he doesn't bother. Because what you can give him, he already owns everything. No, but that gesture, what is that? What? Bhavagrahi Janata. Huh? Bhavagrahi Janata. Everything is wrong, but you give him because your intention is to love him. That's what he counts. Understand? Krishna, you know, the most kindest person, and then nobody can be more kinder than him. Correct? I mean, if we were to look at our life, you know, what kind of rascal we have been, you know. Huh? And today we are given a chance. Is it not? How fortunate. That is his mercy. Who comes, who don't come. Who comes like that story of the Kobbala and the Brahmana. Correct? So Gopala is going back and the Brahmana has to 100 births. And he didn't believe that. He said, forget it, you Narada, you must be a joke. See? Understand? It's all propelled down to one word, faith. If your faith is not there, then it will not work. The whole idea is to win his love, you know. That's the whole idea. Only by devotional service you can what? You can win my heart. Correct? And we are trying. But Krishna said, I don't care for you. I only care for you because you are a disciple of and so and so. Otherwise, you think, well, he's going to get it. You give the biggest gallon of whiskey. Correct? That's Krishna's mercy, no? Is it not? Yes? What else?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Prabhu in Hare Krishna. Prabhu in Canto 2, Chapter 2, verse 22.
Take up. She's saying, hello. What about that?
Prabhu, in the translation, it says that a yogi maintains a desire for improved material enjoyments like transference to Brahmaloka and then the Eightfold Perfections. So the question is, Prabhu, that as we know that yogi is the one who might meditate on Krishna.
Yogis are what?
Like yogi will be the one who is meditating on Krishna, right, Prabhu? So why does he have a desire to go to Brahmaloka? And if he's if he wants to go to Brahmaloka, so is he meditating on Brahma?
Can you go to this verse? Tate nukampa. No, go to the CC. Yeah. Go to Sarvamam Bhattacharya. Patanjali Yoga is talking about that. 6. You go Tatu Kampa and you search for the Madhya 6. Because this person, yogis who are meditating on the Lord as Paramatma, their intention is actually to merge within. You understand? There are two kinds of merging. One merging on the effulgence, another is merging into the body of the Lord. You understand? So these yogis who are practicing this Patanjali yoga, they want to go into the body of Krishna, which is even more, I would say, offensive than going to the effulgence. That's why although they meditate on the Lord, because their consciousness is polluted, therefore they cannot go back to the Lord. They cannot even go to Brahmaloka. They will go to the Siddhaloka. In fact, they will not go anywhere. It says in the Isham Panishad mantra, mantra 1, 12. Those who not surrendering the Lord will go to the darkest region of, right? Is there mantra you can see? Isham Panishad 12. You got Isham Panishad 12? Okay, go to this paragraph, second paragraph. How come where this Bhattacharya is giving an explanation? It is a long purport, no? Hello? Where are you finding? No, you go to this place. Madhya what? 6 what?
6.261.
Huh?
261 onwards, this 261 onwards, this session happens. performer says Bhakti Pad.
What is that? 2-6?
After that few verses. Yeah, 263.
There'll be a long purport there, you know. Then the Lord is asking the Lord to change that word, you know. You follow? Okay, the verse is 269. Can you go to 269? You go to the Patanjali paragraph. So here you see here, go down from. Okay, here. The followers of this Patanjali yoga system actually want to merge into the body of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. You understand? Read on. Who's got a mic?
This indicates that they do not want to engage in his service despite their knowledge of him, and thus their position is even more abominable than that of those who want to merge into the Lord's effulgence. These yogis meditate on the four-handed Vishnu form of the Lord in order to merge into his body. The Patanjali system describes the form of the Lord as Klesha Karma Vipakashyer Aparam Rishtah Purusha Vishesha Ishvaraha. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is a person who does not partake of a miserable material life. The yogis accept the eternity of the Supreme Person in one of their mantras, Sa Purvesham Api Guruhu Kalana Vachedat. Such a person is always supreme and is not influenced by the element of time. The followers of the Patanjali system therefore accept the eternity of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, yet according to them, Purushartha Shunyanam Prati Prasava Kaivalyam Swarupa Pratishtha Vachiti Shaktiriti. They believe that in the perfectional stage, the conception of Purusha is vanquished. According to their description, Chiti Shaktir Iti. They believe that when one becomes perfect, he cannot remain a person.
Alright. So this is the so-called yogis who meditate on the Paramatma feature. The intention is not correct. There is no devotion for the Lord. Whereas devotees, they meditate on the Lord in the heart, you know, to love Him. You understand? You follow? You understand this? Because it's confusing. If you're worshipping the Lord, why you cannot go back? That's why partial realization. Brahman and Paramatma is considered as partial realization. And it's not devotees, they don't want to do that. They don't want to do that. Understand? It's difficult. Not only that, it is difficult. Correct?
Also, Prabhu, we have so many demigods, so we have so many people who are worshipping different demigods like Ganesha, Shiva. So, is there anyone who is worshipping only Lord Brahma?
There may be. See, I never checked with millions of people. No? Hiranyakashipu, he worshipped. Yes, but he's not prominent. Kali Yuga, he got a curse. Nobody will worship him. You understand? But it's not that there is no temple of Brahma. There is in Pushkara or something. I don't know. I didn't see that. I think in Pushkar or something. You got to go there and you have to be. But if you are serving Krishna, you don't want to know, what Brahma, Shiva, or whatever. Call him the four-faced Buddha. They don't know what they're talking about. You understand? They don't know nothing about nothing. You follow? Did you understand? Any other question?
One more, Prabhu. Prabhu, in the purport, sorry. Prabhu, in the purport of 2:28.
2:28. Hello. We go to 2:28.
Uh,
2:28. Hello. We're going on camera in that direction. Where? What's going there? Can you go to 2:28?
Prabhu, in the purport, it's mentioned that purport.
What is that?
Go down.
What is that?
Which verse the line?
Prabhu, it's mentioned that it is said one should become a Brahmana before one can understand the Vedic statements.
Twenty-seven.
27. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yes.
Who are not qualified Brahmin, is it?
Little up, Prabhu.
Huh?
It is said that one should become a Brahmana. Yeah,
So that it
that
is
one.
said
Yes.
that one must become a Brahmana before one can understand the Vedic statement. Is a fact. Once you start hearing the absolute truth, then you are actually coming to the Brahminical platform. Sudras cannot understand this. It's difficult. That's why you have to, as Prabhupada said, you chant, and after 6 months or 1 year, then you're given the threat to become a Brahmin, correct? Why? Because then you can learn, read Shastra, you understand, chant mantras. Without becoming Brahminical, it's difficult to understand all these things. Yes? You follow? Huh? Not meant for the Sudras, So they have to be elevated. So they start chanting Hare Krishna, then they get purified. You follow? After they get purified, then yeah, they're allowed to do deity worship, they're allowed to do so many things. Correct? So it's a process, to elevate you to the Brahminical platform.
So, Prabhu, being Brahmana means you have to be initiated, or a Brahmana means like to know about Krishna. Who knows about Krishna
You
is a
have to be
Brahmana.
initiated, no? Otherwise, how you become Brahmin? Correct? Without the process of getting initiated, how you become a Brahmin? Huh? That's why there's Upanayana, there's so many processes, samskara. Correct?
Yes, Prabhu.
That's why Guru is important. How you can become a Brahmana without being a guru, getting a Guru on your own. You're born with the umbilical thread over your head and start chanting or something like that. Huh? Even then, still you need to go to a Guru. Yes?
Yes, Prabhu.
Without the help of Guru, there's no question of becoming a Brahman. You retain as a Sudra, and you become a Sudra, then how you can elevate yourself spiritually? That's not possible. Yes? In fact, if you come here, only then you're better even than the Brahmana. Many Brahmanas don't even know. Yeah? Correct. They don't know nothing. I've seen practically all of them. Apart from chanting some mantra, they're blank. They don't know who is God, they don't know anything. Huh? You go and make a test, all these Brahmins, especially those who come to Singapore. There must be some taxi drivers there in India, or school teachers or something. Understand? They get an opportunity to come here. And what is the reason? That's all. Correct?
Yes, Prabhu.
Anything else?
You have mentioned all once we started chanting and once we have taken initiation, we'll become Brahmana. But even in our devotees, we have the classes again. Some will be doing Sudra job, some will be doing administration job, some will be doing preaching job. So how do we consider
Even
them?
though they are doing these things, they are above the Brahmin and Kshatriyas and Vaishyas and whatever. Understand? The moment you realize yourself as a servant of Krishna, then you transcend all this. What is that verse? Rishikena Rishikesa Sevanam Bhakti. What? Sarva Upadi Vinirmuktam Tat Paratvena Nirmalam. Rishikena Rishikesa Sevanam Bhakti Uchyate. The moment you become a devotee, you transcend all this bodily destination. You're not American, China. What a Prabhupada said that, right? And you're not a Brahmin. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, I'm not a Brahmin, not a Sudra, not Vaishya, not nothing. What am I? I'm 777 of. Why he didn't say I'm a sannyasi? You never say. You understand? So the position, original position is to become 7 of. So when you realize that, then you are on the spiritual plane. You're no more in the material consciousness. Although you may be acting just like Krishna, he is actually God. But he became like a Kshatriya. He became like a Vaishya. Why? Because he can play any role. You understand? And doesn't mean that because he's a king, he's a Kshatriya. It's transcendental. And the same devotees are also transcendental. Arjuna, he acted as a charioteer, but he's a devotee. You follow? So devotees have got no destination. Their destination is become Savana. That's why their name is given Das or Dasi. Why? You understand? They don't use their karmi name. Of course, now I see the trend. Somebody is white, he will put his white name there. That means you are still engaged in your bodily consciousness. Not correct. You follow? That is the understanding. Even to know this, it's not some small level, To know that you're not a body, you must be a Madhyama Adhikari. You can go. Ishwapanishad Mantra 7. Purport. Purport. First line. Except for the Madhyama Adhikari and Uttama discussed above, no one can correctly see the spiritual position of a living being. Brother, you cannot. It's not possible. It's not that you understand you're not the body. It's such a simple thing now. You follow? You understand? I mean, yeah, we now know we are, but actually we are thinking in the bodily term only. I am this, I am that. Go and give me some prasadam. I don't think there's anything now. There is? Ask him to go and take prasadam on 4th floor. Someone can go. Correct?
Also, some devotees are good at reading. They can now, if we see the Prabhujis who are in cooking, they cannot sit and read the books, right, Prabhu? Their understanding is
Not
how
that they
we
cannot,
describe.
they will do it at their time.
Okay,
They read they have also
their own
their
language
own
classes are
classes
there.
and
Yeah.
all that. You can go to what 1326, 1326 Bhagavad Gita. Yeah? Can read that? 1326.
Again, there are those who, although not conversant in spiritual knowledge, begin to worship the Supreme Person upon hearing about him from others. Because of the tendency to hear from authorities, they also transcend the path of birth and death.
Huh? Hello? So Krishna consciousness means you're transcendental. It doesn't mean that everybody must be a scholar or everybody must be what? A cook. I mean, anything you got to do, you do. Like we train everything you do. You cannot come here, I don't want to do this, bro. I don't. Then that's conditional devotional service. Correct? Whatever Krishna wants, we do. That's surrendering. You follow? That is the idea.
But how to understand this one? We can why we cannot say that by Krishna mercy one can become expert, because in Narottam Das Thakur case, for example, he was just serving milk only to Radharani, but here he is a great scholar. So we cannot take like that, is it? Even if someone was cooking also, maybe it was
That Brahmin in the story, you know, he cooked sweet rice, nectar, he went back to garden. So irrelevant. Whatever the devotees do, they dedicated their life, soul, and words to the service of the Lord. So no jurisdiction that only this service will bring him up, unless you become a preacher, unless you become a big guru. It's not relevant.
But will they become automatically?
What?
Like they might be serving through cooking or deity worship, but will Krishna not give them intelligence to become like all-rounder or not?
Krishna will not what?
Give enough intelligence to become all-rounder or like.
I mean, that's, if he can be, not everyone has got that kind of capability. Some can sing, some cannot sing, some can cook, some don't want to cook. What are you going to do? Some like to eat. What do you do? So there are different, you know, they say the hand, you know, not all the same length.
Yeah, fingers,
I
five
mean,
fingers.
but together they work perfectly with Krishna in the
Center.
That's why that verse, you know, Bhagavad Gita 18:45. All men, by serving the Lord, all of them, they can go back to garden. 45 or 46? Well, let me see the verse.
After
Yeah,
Varnashrama.
let me see.
Yada.
Sanskrit. Swe swe karma abhirata.
Aye.
Then
by following his qualities of work, every man can become perfect. Now please hear from me how this can be done.
Next verse. No, just go down. Why? Just go down.
By worship of the Lord, who is the source of all beings and who is all pervading, a man can attain perfection through performing his own work.
So there is no bar, you know. That's why I say woman,
Sri Sudra,
Vaishya, Sudras, all also can come back. There's no bar that woman cannot go back, or the Vaishya cannot go back, or the Sudras cannot go back. Everybody doing their work with worshipping Krishna, they all will go back. You understand? Some people like to preach, some people like to serve. As long as you're connected to Krishna, you're all right. Ramesh is passing school.
So Prabhu, Prabhupada was saying in one of the lecture I heard that we are all Krishna Sambandhi. Krishna's Sambandhi, we have to have more Sambandh with Krishna to have that relationship. So how to have that Sambandh with the Lord
If
actually.
you follow the program, Adav, Shraddha, Bhajana Kriya, Anartha Nivritti, stage by stage, no? Then you get the Sambandha, the Ashakta. Ashakta means you are attracted. So without going through all this process of getting your heart cleaned and becoming steady today, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, tomorrow 7 o'clock, how to do? Correct? So there's a process. You go on the process, and automatically the Lord will come. Correct? Yes? Everybody wants quick thing, spiritual life, not a quick process. Gradually, Prabhupada said. Eh? You'll come to it. But that's why you have to cry. Please, my dear Lord, engage me in your service. Please, my dear Lord, engage me in your. So you don't want to do that, and suddenly you want to dance with him in Rasa Leela. How is it possible? Huh? That's not going to happen. Correct? Yes. 10:15 already.
They came.
Huh?
They cooked and came late.
They cook lunch.
Sweets
Um,
Uh,
tomorrow no Mangala Arati, excuse. Who is the one who talks so long? I get the blame. Huh? So to get yourself, nista, what is that? Fixed up. And then when you're fixed up, then you develop taste, ruchi. After getting ruchi, taste, then asakta, you get attraction to the Lord. Understand? After you get attraction, then bhava. You're always thinking about him. And then you get prem. You follow. You know how? I don't know this lifetime, I don't know. You see? Anyway, even you get or don't get, as long as you follow the instruction of the spiritual master, you're safe. By his strength, you go back home, back to God. Because he already declared, do this, I will take you back. So, what's a Prabhupada, Yes, you can see for yourself, now you are surrendering to him, right? Are you making progress or not? No progress. What? Nothing is happening. What's going on? What? Correct? Yes or no? Comparing your previous life. Huh? Previous life you what? Paramamsa. What? So that's how you, what do we say, the word, you reflect, on your previous condition, and then you understand, wow, what did I do? What was I doing? In fact, most of the time you are breaking principles. Correct? Yes? Our consciousness completely polluted. Not only that, we are confused, bewildered and confused. Don't know what to do, what not to do. Simply we are influenced by all kind of nonsense. Yes? Correct? That's why it says we suffer owing to many distressful practices. Understand? We're completely lost. No clue this way to go or that way to go. Where is this God? You go to the Hindu guys, they just confuse you even more. Correct? Huh? Come on, like you coming from Orissa, Jagannath is there. Still confused. Correct? So we need the help of the spiritual master. Then our spiritual life starts. Understand? Now we are, I don't know, maybe you have crossed. The anarthability is still there. Lust, anger, greed, so many things. When I will cross that, I don't know. 50, 60 years is still trying. You understand? So it is not an easy thing. Be patient. Yes. Understand? Prabhupada quote that verse, Where was that? Six Goswamis? He Vrajaradi, what? Devi ke chalalite, he Nanda suno kutaha. Where are you, Krishna? Where are you, Radharani? Are you in Govardhan? Are you here? They never say that last night I was dancing with Krishna Prabhu. Did they say like that? They know. They are always in separation, crying for the Lord. Correct? So this is the mood of the devotees. Go down, someone. Oh, see, you can read. They are always chanting. They are always. You have to go up. Who were chanting very loudly everywhere in Vrindavan. Where are you going? Shouting, Queen of Vrindavan Radharani, oh Lalita, oh son of Nanda Maharaj, where are you all now? Are you just on the hill of Govardhan? Or are you under the trees of the bank of Yamuna? Where are you? This was the mood in executing Krishna consciousness. Not that I danced yesterday, Prabhu, I danced with Radha. This is my word. This is what? That's why he says we must follow in the footsteps of the Goswamis. This thing is not the whimsical thing. Prabhu, I have the mood of, trying to be the father of Krishna. Huh? I'm trying to follow his footsteps and it's not something whimsical. How does this happen? It says here in this verse 6:3:22. 6:3:22. Go down to the purport. Purport. Go down. Okay, here, the holy name, go up a bit. After chanting the holy name of the Lord and dancing in ecstasy, one gradually sees the form of the Lord, the pastimes of the Lord, and then the transcendental qualities of the Lord. This way, one fully understands the situation of the personality of God. So after chanting, understand, after what? Go back. Huh? Go up some more. After chanting the holy name of the Lord. So your chanting is the beginning. Ataha Sri Krishna Namadi. It's not some, whimsically the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Namo, what? Seto Darpanam Arjunam. And then Nam Akari Bahuda. Then what? Tranadapi, how to chant constantly. Then the next one, I don't want anything material now. Then the next one, I want to be the dust at your lotus. And then I'm separation, I'm crying. And finally what? Whether you come or don't come, I don't care. You are mine. So you see how he's teaching us how to pray. No? Before that, what we are praying? How can I get a big car, big house, big job? Go to foreign country. These are the desires of the Indian. Yeah? Correct? Yes. Complete nonsense. Because luckily now they are trying to put Bhagavad Gita as the syllabus in the school, The parliament has to pass. I think they may pass. Because why you want to object to reading Gita in the school? You see, to put Bhagavad Gita in the school must go to parliament. But the Quran teaching is going on. The Bible teaching is going on. For the Hindu guys, Hindu country, You understand? Yeah, how stupid they are. So this is Kali Yuga, you know. Kali Yuga, everything is missed, especially Vedic culture. Okay, yeah, some more question?
Prabhu, in 2:30,
2 to
30.
2 to 30.
Prabhupada is explaining about offensive stage of chanting, reflective way of stage of chanting, and offensive stage of chanting. So, Prabhu, can you explain a bit about reflective stage of chanting? Prabhupada says
The
this
10
is a stage
offenses.
of emancipation.
Huh?
Prabhupada says this stage is a stage of emancipation. Can you explain, Prabhu?
I don't know what is that. Where is that verse?
Yeah. The second.
I think what she said is overshot already. Where is that exactly? You can point
In
out.
the third. Yeah.
The first stage is offensive chanting, Nama Aparad. Second stage is the reflective stage of chanting, is the neutral stage, you call Nama Abhash. And the third stage is offenseless, is pure Suddha Nam. So in the second stage only, the stage of reflection between offensive and offenseless, one automatically attains the stage of emancipation. That means detachment, no? You understand? You become detached from material desires and so many things. So if you want to know more about the second stage of chanting, you can go to this verse 5:24:20 purport. No, 5:24. Yeah, you can go there. Let me see. Yeah, see, this is also in the CC spoken by Haridas. Can you go down? Okay, here, this 3177188. This is the place. So here you see, this is the Nama Abha stage. This Nama Abha stage. Can you read? Someone can read.
Some say that by chanting the holy name of the Lord, one is freed from all the reactions of sinful life. And others say that by chanting the holy name of the Lord, one attains liberation from material bondage. Haridas Thakur, however, said that the desired result of chanting the holy name of the Lord is not that one is liberated from material bondage or freed from the reactions of sinful life. The actual result of chanting the holy name of the Lord is that one awakens his dormant Krishna consciousness, his loving service to the Lord.
That is the main thing, chanting is not for liberation, or chanting is not for material miseries, being absorbed. No. The chanting is to develop love for Krishna. Next.
Haridas Thakur said that liberation and freedom from the reactions of sinful activities are only byproducts of chanting the holy name of the Lord. If one chants the holy name of the Lord purely, he attains the platform of pure loving service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. In this regard, Haridas Thakur gave an example comparing the power of the holy name to sunshine. He placed a verse before all the learned scholars present, but the learned scholars asked him to state the purport of the verse. Haridas Thakur said that as the sun begins to rise, it dissipates the darkness of night, even before the sunshine is visible. Before the sunrise even takes place, the light of dawn destroys the fear of the dangers of the night, such as disturbances by thieves, ghosts, and rakshasas. And when the sunshine actually appears, one engages in his duties.
Next.
Similarly, even before one's chanting of the holy name is pure, one is freed from all sinful reactions. And when he chants purely, he becomes a lover of Krishna.
You understand?
Yes, Prabhu. A devotee never accepts mukti, even if Krishna offers it. Mukti, freedom from all sinful reactions, is obtained even by namabhas, or a glimpse of the light of the holy name before its full light is perfectly visible. The Namabhas stage is between that of Namaprat or chanting of the holy name with offenses and pure chanting. There are 3 stages in the chanting of the holy name of the Lord. In the first stage, one commits 10 kinds of offenses while chanting. In the next stage, Namabhas, the offenses have almost stopped, and one is coming to the platform of pure chanting. In the third stage, when one chants the Hare Krishna mantra without offenses, his dormant love for Krishna immediately awakens. This is perfection.
That's when he starts, what is that? Satvika Vikara, the 8th form of transformation. Tears, what's that? Hair standing, voice choking, all the symptoms appear. Asta Satvika Vikara. 8th form of transformation. So you understand this? So Nama Abbas is also very high stage. Huh? Chanting and going to sleep, how to? Huh? Hare chanting time is the sleeping time. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare. Correct? Difficult to control the mind. Oh, chanting time only, this is very nice. Especially this hand here, this hand is there. 2 fingers are very importantly engaged. Yeah? Correct. Here and here. Wow, attentive. This is attentive chanting. What? Correct? You see how? Yes. So many things we are doing here. Talking. Hare Krishna. Prabhu, what prasadam you are cooking here? Correct. See how our mind talking and so many things. So we have to cross all this stuff. Right? It takes some time, but you will come to it. Never say you cannot. Holy name is very powerful. We keep chanting and more chanting.
Mentioned as 25 years, Prabhu, to come to that stage.
How per say 20 years? How many years? 15 already. Huh? How long to go, eh? Even I cross also still trying. Not easy. Understand, takes some time. Just like Narada, when he chanted, the Lord appeared in his heart. You saw that verse? When he started chanting, immediately the Lord appeared in his. How powerful he is. A pure devotee, So anyway, I'm sure you are like Narada for sure, chanting. The Lord is appearing in your heart, correct? That's why our only hope now is to depend on Prabhupada's mercy. That is the best solution to this. Whether 20 years or 50 years, better to take. Because of His mercy, yes. But if you give up His mercy, then on the own swimming is difficult. Correct? Isn't it? That's why we are taking up this Ritvik program. We only surrender to Prabhupada. If you don't, if you take all these other guys, they themselves said, that we are trying to become perfect. In this trying process, we have to carry the burden of all those who are not perfect also. How is it possible? Like holding a dog's tail, trying to swim across. Have you tried holding the dog stick? Huh? You sink. Understand? That is all nonsense, Liberated soul only can save a conditioned soul. If you are conditioned, how you can bring a conditioned soul? Understand? Huh? Foolish. And they admitted. And you still following that, boarding a stone boat. Correct? This is outright cheating. Yes? Right? Anything else? So late already. What time you going back? Huh? Go back late, huh? Huh?
Already home.
Already what?
Already home. Already at
Oh, they are home. Tomorrow they are coming. Huh? Tomorrow is Bhakti Siddhanta, no? Afternoon, but you have to work, no? Can't take holiday every day. Huh? Okay, you better go. It's 10:30. Otherwise, you will always talk and talk and talk and talk. No. Huh? Change the title, talking and not question and answer. Talking.
We started